On this video, we're going to talk about self-talk. Self-talk is the chatter that goes inside everyone's head all day. It has been established by psychologists and neuroscientists that everyone carries on an ongoing dialogue or self-talk of between 150 to 300 words a minute. This works out to between 45,000 to 51,000 thoughts a day. Most of all, self-talk is harmless thoughts that serve our daily activities like I need to go to the bathroom. The danger is when this self-talk takes on a negative connotation, such as everyone will hate my speech, I'm not well prepared, or I'll never be as good as that other guy. The ongoing negative reinforcement created by habitual negative self-talk results in the creation of a limiting belief that goes on to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you say negative things to yourself about your own ability or about mistakes you've made, it can have a big impact on your confidence or anxiety levels when you are performing any task. Then, naturally, you won't perform at your best. That's why it's really important to develop positive, realistic, and helpful self-talk to improve how you feel and enhance your performance when competing. So, positive self-talk is the process of eliminating negative thoughts and promoting constructive ones. Instead of dwelling on the negative of an unfavorable situation, you focus only on positives. I don't run well in the cold is replaced by I have trained well and I'm prepared, so let's do it. There are a few important things to take care of with this self-talk. For tasks requiring fine skills or improved technique, instructional self-talk was found to be more effective than motivational talk. In other words, when you're about to drive a golf ball into the fairway, it would be better for the golfer to use self-talk such as keep your knees bent or swing with your hips rather than motivational speech like you can do it. On the other hand, motivational self-talk was found to be more effective during tasks requiring strength or endurance, boosting confidence, and psyching up for competition. So, those motivational speeches your football coach gives you before a big game can definitely have an effect, especially if those motivational messages stay inside your head throughout the game. In this case, let's get 'em can be an empowering thought. Some studies found self-talk is better for novel tasks rather than well-learned tasks. This is probably because during early stages of performance development, we are learning so many new things, and self-talk can help us become better learners by repeating important concepts to ourselves as we do something. On the other hand, if someone is already a well-learned baseball player, where everything is already second nature, forced self-talk may disrupt the natural flow of their game. The psychotherapist David Burns, on his book Feeling Good, identified 13 negative motivation patterns. Knowing the set of negative motivation patterns can help you identify counterproductive self-talk that can get in the way of taking action. Hopelessness is when your lack of motivation seems unending and irreversible. Helplessness, you feel your moods are caused by factors beyond your control, such as fate, hormone cycles, dietary factors, luck, and other people's evaluations of you. Overwhelming yourself is when you may magnify a task to the degree that it seems impossible to tackle. Jumping to conclusions, you sense that it's not within your power to take effective action that will result in satisfaction because you are in the habit of saying, I can't, or I would, but. Self-labeling, the more you procrastinate, the more you condemn yourself as inferior. Undervaluing the rewards, you feel the reward simply wouldn't be worth the effort. Perfectionism, you defeat yourself with inappropriate goals and standards. Fear of failure, because you imagine that putting in the effort and not succeeding would be an overwhelming personal defeat, you refuse to try at all. Fear of success, because of your lack of confidence, success may seem even more risky than failure because you are certain that it is based on chance. Fear of disapproval or criticism, you imagine that if you try something new, any mistake or flub will be met with strong disapproval or criticism. Coercion and resentment, a deadly enemy of motivation, is a sense of coercion. You feel under intense pressure to perform, generated from within and without. This happens when you try to motivate yourself with moralistic shoulds or odds. You tell yourself, I should do this and I have to do that. Low frustration tolerance. Your frustration results from your habit of comparing reality with an ideal in your head. When the two don't match, you condemn reality. It doesn't occur to you that it may be infinitely easier to change your expectations rather than to bend and twist reality. Guilt and self-blame. If you are frozen in the conviction that you are bad or have let others down, you will naturally feel unmotivated to pursue your daily life. On Herb Benson's book Beyond the Relaxation Response, Benson adds an important tip called the fade factor. And although there's more to it, for our purposes we'll use it as basically a brief phrase or word that reflects your basic belief system. The importance of this concept is perhaps best highlighted by the failings of a simple phrase told to athletes and performers regularly. Be positive, you'll get them. Now, this is all very nice and pretty when you're not in the field, but when the lights are on and you're 5 minutes away of a big performance or game, then it doesn't feel that genuine. These kind of things become outside of your belief system or not within the fade factor. Self-talk has to be both productive language and dialogue that you can comfortably embrace. When you choose to add the fade factor to your self-talk, its power to truly resonate with you is greatly enhanced. This is an important lesson that needs to be incorporated into your self-talk. Phrases and words should be chosen not because they are positive or the right things to say, but rather because they are both productive to performance and embraceable to you. So, in a quiet time, when your head is clear and you're not just minutes away from your big performance, take 10 minutes to reflect on your beliefs, on your philosophical or religious system, and come up with a phrase or word that truly reflects that when you need it the most. So, using religious belief, if you are a Catholic, maybe it can be something like I place my trust in God and He will help me. If you are a Taoist, maybe you'll say something like one, to reflect the basic unity of everything, and now in that moment you are connected to everything. Or maybe you prefer a more down-to-earth approach like I'll do it my way. The sentence or sentences that you choose should be replaying in a loop in your mind's moments just before the competition, instead of the usual negative chatter or positive self-talk like that you don't really believe in. Find something congruent, a phrase that reflects your basic belief system, and make sure it's congruent to yourself and to your belief system, and most of all, use it. Learn from this fade factor. Think about the self-talk that you choose, making sure that it will resonate and be remembered in the heat of competition, because that is really the most important thing.